All right, and we're back on the special edition live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. We're going to go ahead and just get right into it. No intro tonight. We're going to go ahead and kick this thing off. It's the official town hall for all the raza, all the people. You don't have to be an advocate. You just have to have a voice. And if you want to voice your opinion, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link right here, the emergency town hall right here on Chicano 2, because this is always going to be the essence of the channel. If you didn't know, this is always going to be the bread and the butter. We're going to go ahead and help the raza, and we're going to give as much information as we can out there. We're going to be playing some clips. We're going to be playing some videos. I appreciate everyone that's already jumping in the comment section for the emergency immigration town hall. Okay. We're days away from a different transition to another administration. And what happened last week in Bakersfield, California, it needs to be talked about. It needs to be addressed. And this is what we do on Chicano Tube for the people, for the raza, by the raza, not just the raza, but all human people. But this affects particularly the raza, and I would say Latinos in general, you guys. So without further ado, man, the link, I dropped it inside the comment section. Anyone that wants to come on, I'm going to go ahead and little by little, as people are trickling in, do me a favor, just hit the like button. That's all we ask, hitting the like button is like sponsoring the Pinchy chat, man. It's like sponsoring the channel. You're just hitting the like button, letting people know the algorithm. That way we can get this seen as much as possible. It's a touchy subject because you have people on here that are directly affected, man. They have a father that's gone, a mom that's gone, etc. We can keep going down the line. So what we want to do tonight, what we're going to establish tonight, Lord willing, cabrones, who knows? It could turn into a shouting match. I don't know if it's going to turn into a shouting match. I doubt that it would, but there's points of contention. I mean, sometimes it gets to that point, right? I'm also going to be reading a statement that I got texted to me by the chairwoman of the RNHA. I appreciate you, amiga. She sent me the statement in English and in Spanish, so that's just more information that we can go ahead and put out. We could review, and we could talk about tonight on this emergency immigration town hall live on Chicano Tube. Okay, so hit that like button. Gracias to all the day oneers, everyone inside that members only. I appreciate you more than you know. All the Chicano channels, all the Chicano pages. Okay. But to lay some more groundwork down tonight before we bring on any guests, I just want to make sure we establish something. Something is going to be accomplished with this live. Okay. That Mexicano, Chicano, Indigenous, Latino, however you want to put the label on the can, it's going to be the same blood, man. It's going to be the same blood that's pumping through our veins, one way or another. Okay. So, anyways, we're going to establish the fact. What do these departments do, man? What does immigration and customs enforcement do? What does the Border Patrol, the CBP, what do they do? Do they work together in tandem? Are they separate entities? We're going to be playing that video of Bakersfield, the incident that happened to Bakersfield. We'll play that shortly. And tonight, we're also going to be reading the official statement from the Border Patrol, because people were tripping like, why is there Border Patrol officers this far up north? People didn't know the jurisdiction that to the extent that they go to. Yeah, the Border Patrol doesn't just have to stay there at the border. They can go up north. And it seems to be that when they do go up north is because they're investigating something, someone or something, or so it could seem, because sometimes what's happening in the community, a lot of the people say this, doesn't match up too well. Doesn't match up too well with the statements that they've been putting out. All right. Si se puede podcast. I appreciate you, my boy. Gracias for tapping in, man. That's right. P-Dog's in the casa. We'll be reading off comments and try to answer as many as we can. Absolutely. And I want to hear from different regions. I'm in one region, gente, respectfully. I'm in one region. I'm here in Monterey County. I'm on the Central Coast. I'm just like 45 minutes south of San Jose. That's my soil. Maybe we'll get someone in tonight that will speak about maybe from Bakersfield as we play these videos and do these releases. That way we can get some context over there. Maybe we'll have someone tap in from Southern California to see what they've been seeing over there. Not what you've been hearing, gente, but what you've been seeing. Okay. All the way to Northern California, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, etc. That's right. Corcordor Security, I appreciate you, my boy. Gracias for tapping in, man. I appreciate you, my boy. You're a day oneer. I appreciate you. Zapata Vive, that's right, man. Here's a question. We'll start it off this way. All right. Let me just All right. Here's a question. We'll start it off like this. Corcordor Security is saying, Mikey, what has been Mexico's plan for the incoming POTUS pertaining to deportation? What has California and the Southwest states done for the potential AG meatpacking, construction, restaurant industries? This is what I say. If anyone would be a partner to the United States, I'm not sure why no president has established it the way it should have been established, which is having the neighbor to the south be the media partner for any kind of outsourcing, it's going to stimulate their economy. So that's always number one been in my mind. Like, how come no president has come in and really established that connection with Mexico? Because there's the Mexico and Canada agreement that gets renegotiated every single time there's a president. I remember when 45 was in office, going to Mexico, visiting a store that was in the barrio más humilde in Mexico. This gentleman only sold Tecate beer and Sabritas and little Mexican product. Never, ever has he sold anything else. That's sad to say. Never he hasn't sold anything else outside of those brands. And then when 45 got in office, they negotiated another Mexico-Canada agreement. And for the first time, he had Doritos, he had Snickers, he had Pepsi. He had everything that was on the American side to sell in Mexico. And his quality of life went up. The sad thing was it was only a couple years that he could make that money. But most of the policies that we should be paying attention to are the policies that are going to help the people and help the raza, not hurt them. Okay? Not hurt them. South Texas in the building. Jay.
What's up, Mikey?
Okay, I can hear you loud and clear. I just wanted to I need to put the headphones on or else I can't hear. How's the familia?
Everybody's well, man. Just pulled in today from Pennsylvania.
How many hours?
Like 70 hours.
Shit, man. Well, let's go ahead and get into it, man. We're talking, this is the town hall. I'm dropping the link every minute or two. And you're from Texas. What are you seeing as far as immigration impacting the communities or your community? Or does it impact it at all? Not at all. And it's only just social media shit.
It does impact it. And it impacts it in the way that whenever the border gets politicized, right, we end up with a bunch of military people down here by the border with military camps, made up shift camps, and barbed wire type shit. And honestly, that's just shit that is not needed. Resources are being wasted there. You know what I mean? Because it's just a show. It's just a show. They're not stopping anything, and they're really not trying to stop anything. They're just walking from the makeshift camps to the IHOP and making us locals here wait longer in line to get our food. So that's how we're impacted here.
You haven't seen too much then impact over there. Okay. I want to introduce Jay, South Texas in the casa, Cholo Trucker, Hollywood. We're playing Hollywood Squares tonight. So Hollywood Squares allá in the blue, Cholo Trucker, and of course Chicano Hollywood's own Big Joe Castro. I appreciate you guys for being here.
No, gracias for the invite, man. I'm here to learn more than anything else. I'll give my thoughts, give my opinions, but more than anything else, I'm here to learn.
Absolutely. And then Big Joe Castro, how are you?
Saludos.
Okay, saludos.
Yeah, I have is it just me or I have a little like a delay?
No, it's just you, and it sounds crystal clear on my end. It's just you, cabron. It maybe have different browsers open.
I copy you too.
But I could always drop the link. It's just you. I appreciate you, Big Joe. Gracias for being here. And then we got Mark Salinas, and now we have two from Texas in the building.
How you doing? Mark Salinas. I'm from South Texas. When I met you, Cholo, I was living in Houston for the time, but I'm back here in San Juan, Texas.
Is that
Westlaco, Texas?
Oh, you're from Westlaco? Oh, chinga, you're right down the street, man. Good to meet you.
Puro Panthers.
Raiders over here, man. We haven't missed the playoffs.
County in recent days reports about.
All right, you guys, I got a video I'm going to go ahead and bring up on the screen. I want to get each and every single one of you guys, since you guys took the time to be here on the panel. I appreciate you guys. I want to get your opinion on what happened last week. The reason that we're here right now, gentlemen, is because last week there were raids by ICE and the Border Patrol. Okay, in Kern County, which is 3 hours east of me, and that's in the Central Valley of California, right where the equator is of California. I want to see what you guys think about this clip, and then under this clip, the video alludes to we're gonna have to wait for the official statement on what these raids were about, and then under this clip, I have the official statement, you guys. What I want to avail, hold on, let me bring this a little bit bigger. What I want to avail tonight is I want to establish what's been happening as far as these department agencies are concerned when it comes to immigration. The immigration department flowing. I mean, it's buses coming in, buses going out. And how much is it really affecting the raza, or is this just really social media gaslighting that's going on? I'm going to ask each and every single one of you those questions as we go ahead and play this clip. First of all, gentlemen, let's hear it out.
A surge in raids of undocumented residents have been circulating on social media. 17's Jenny Hutt joins us now live in studio with the details. Jenny?
Bakersfield Police tells us they were notified by the Department of Homeland Security and Border Patrol that they would be conducting operations in Kern County this week.
What we're hearing is that the CBP pulling cars over and profiling folks. They're reported being seen at like the most transient site for farm workers.
CBP is Customs and Border Protection. Sightings of Border Patrol activities is being reported all over Kern County, from Maricopa to the downtown Gap bus station, even door to door and on freeways. But this Chevron off 7th Standard and Merle Haggard saw arrests firsthand.
Oh, we usually get our normal people in here coming in. They buy their food, they go to work, and they were field workers. And as soon as they paid their food and everything, they went outside. And as soon as they went outside, they grabbed them. They started taking their belongings. They were all laughing while their food was getting thrown away.
They, as in Border Patrol agents. Employee Candy Garcia tells 17 News. Garcia says the agents, many undercover, parked right outside and took away 2 vanfuls of people. She says they'll likely be back
because they were here doing that yesterday in McDonald's.
She and the gas station owner say it's no coincidence the agents targeted their Chevron.
And none of the other stores got hit except for this one because it's like the bigger one. This is where almost everybody comes in.
99% they are farmer workers. They are my regular customer, my regular bread and butter.
Dylan says it's to the extent that most of the food he serves is Mexican cuisine.
What happened today? It is the first time I hear it. I'm a permanent legal person. And I'm scared too.
If they looked Hispanic or like they worked in the fields or, they looked a little dirty, they would ask for their papers.
Witnesses also say agents checked paperwork in the parking lot.
They approach the person in her car, and when she refused to get out, they try to block her in by refusing her car to move.
And after checking this individual's paperwork, the agents headed out. When asked if there are any ongoing operations in Kern, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE referred 17 News to CBP. CBP is separate from ICE. The sightings in Kern have been of Border Patrol agents. In California, local law enforcement cannot assist ICE or other such federal bodies on immigration matters. Sheriff Donnie Youngblood says KCSO is not involved with any current operations that may be ongoing.
We are a few days away from the new administration taking office, and this is, in fact, what they threaten with.
Now, we did hear back from CBP a little after 4. They tell us they're working on a media statement, and will get that to us in the coming hours or days. We'll see. Jenny Hutt, 17 News.
Cholo Trucker, I know you said you're only here to learn, but when you see something like this, what initially do you feel? What initially do you think?
Well, if they're asking for somebody for their papers, they're at a gas station. I'm not really sure how somebody's supposed to show them their papers if they're here legally. Hey, show me your papers. You're at a gas station. It's like, hey, Holmes, I don't have my papers on me to show you. I think a lot of these things, man, it's definitely unfortunate, but it happens. It happens. It's just when certain administrations get in, then you start putting a little bit more of a spotlight on it, and start making a bigger deal. But deportations, it happens. It happens pretty often, man. I mean, it sucks. It's hard to go ahead and say, like, man, I know what that person's going through. They're going to work, and then they go into a gas station, they come out, and it's like, hey, there goes the media right there, just on you, hassling you. All right, now now you're out of here. If you are here illegally, right? I mean, there's that whole thing as well. I mean, are you here legally, or are you not here legally? I mean, that's basically what it comes down to.
Now,
It's
some people get
definitely,
mad when you say the word illegal. You know that. Do
yeah,
you,
but
do you use that term? Because I use that term too, but people get pissed at me when I say illegal. They're trying to say no one's illegal on this land. Have you heard that argument?
yeah. I mean, look, there's borders, there's countries, there's laws, there's all that stuff until there's not. If somebody comes and overthrows the country, and now they change the laws. Okay, now you change the laws, but this thing about that, hey, nobody's illegal. Well, yeah, man, you just can't go enter some other country illegally without them knowing. Heck, I'm not welcome in Canada because I'm a felon. I just can't go to Canada. Canadians don't allow felons. So I just learned this not too long ago, but I'm not welcome in Canada. I just can't go up there and say, like, hey, I'm not illegally here. I'm a human being. I can't be illegal. But no, they're just not going to allow me. They have their rules. They don't want felons there. I'm a felon. I can't go visit Canada. So I'm not welcome there. So be it. So yeah, I have no problem with the term illegal. Okay, the person is not illegal. You're not illegal for being a human being. Okay, are you here legally or not legally? That's the thing. It's not that, hey, you as a human being, your existence, you're an illegal human being. That's not what the term is. The term is you're here illegally. That's what it is. Not you, the person, the human being, or some way, somehow, just an illegal human being. No.
Appreciate you. Southtown SD San Diego's in the casa. I'm going to be throwing out a question to you guys. You guys just chime on in and get on in inside the conversation. It's already kicking off, man. Anyone, any other thoughts? What did you think when you saw, or how about when they said they were throwing their food that they bought in the gas station in the garbage cans and laughing about it? To me, that sounds like a dick move, or anyone chime in on that? What do you think about that? If that's true, or is that just propaganda? They said they were profiling as well. Does that happen too still?
I'll jump in real quick. If you guys don't mind. What I see there, bro, is just, honestly, I see some cowardly shit, right? Because you're pretty much hunting the people. So you're posting up where you know they're gonna get their food. Where, let's say if the law was different, you know, you're used to seeing them people there already, so you know they're there. So you're really not tackling any crime, any criminals. To me, that's some coward shit, because you know where crime is going down. You know what I mean? But you're choosing not to go into those areas. Instead, you're choosing to go here with these people that you know you're going to be able to take advantage of, and honestly, that goes against, you know, the promise of getting rid. And I know the power transition hasn't happened yet, but nothing is going to change, right? Because it really doesn't matter, if you ask me. But that's going against the promise of, we're going to go against criminals first, and then we'll see about, you know, the people that are just here working. So that's what I have to say about that. It's some cowardly shit. You're hunting the people down because it's easy for you, and it's going against the word of the whole. We're going against criminals first.
Yeah, I think seeing that, what that makes me think, you know, and that's the first time I've seen that clip. I talked to you earlier this week. We talked about, you know, doing this and talking about deportation. So I did a little hunting myself. After seeing that and some of the stuff that I saw some news on MSNBC yesterday in New York City. There's a place called Floyd Bakersfield where they're housing all the immigrants in New York City. It's about 25 miles out of Manhattan, a little closer to Ellis Island, in the suburbs, surrounded by Trumpies. 60,000 more people in that area this year voted for Trump. Where I'm going with this is they've made their move. The mayor of New York City made his move. Floyd Bakersfield sits on a federal piece of property. So New York City mayor moved all of those immigrants to the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City. There was hundreds there left. They've been slowly moving them. So that tells me they're worried. They're moving these guys because it's federal property and it's a sanctuary city, but they can get to that federal land and start doing whatever the hell they want because that's federal land. It tells me that both sides are making moves. You see the New York City guys say, hey, let me move my guys over here because that's federal land. Homeboy just won. He's going to come over here and crack down on our people. So that he's not their people, but the people that he's, you know, his sanctuary city, the people that he's protecting. Now I see this in California. Feels like, well, you know, the other side is making their move. All right, well, let's just start tackling them down before they start moving out. I see both sides positioning and getting ready.
Well, what about the mayor of New York? A lot of people seem to be switching political alliances. That was kind of crazy when I did notice that. I'm like, are people just maybe settling in for the next 4 years? Or say I'm making other friends across the aisle, or Southtown SD's in the casa. I appreciate you, my boy. Did you see the video of Southtown that we just played right now? And what do you think of you know, they say they were laughing, throwing away the food. I'm gonna read the official statement right now in a couple minutes, gentlemen. We're gonna try to get to about an hour and a half max. Southtown SD's in the casa. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. I did, and yeah, bro. I grew up right next to the border, right next to the San Isidro border, and I've seen what happened on that video my whole life, man, growing up. And I'm not sure what the law is now, but I even have a close friend who, because of committing felonies, man, he was doing great. He had his own business. and he was actually picking up his workers, and they came from TJ, even though they were here legally. He's the only one that wasn't, and that's how he got deported, man. They checked them all out just for randomly at the trolley, and that's how he stayed over there. He hasn't tried to come back. He's actually doing very well over there. But yeah, bro, I have a story real quick. When we were kids, there's an area that we would hang out at, and we were there. It's like a dead end area, and this Mexican family was running up through the fence, and when they were trying to crawl under, there was an area they had to crawl under. This was like a 67-year-old lady, man, and the border patrol agent just walked up and just booted her in the face, bro. And we were there, so my homeboy, he was already like 19. He ran over there, bro, and he just started going off. And then the border patrol, they jumped over on our side. We ran. They arrested my homeboy. We ran to his house, got his parents. They had to go get him out of the BP station. But yeah, we witnessed that, bro. When I was a kid, I personally witnessed the border patrol beating up like old elderly people, roughing them up. Just, like I said, man, where I grew up, they used to patrol just like the police. So we had to deal with the police and the border patrol, and they used to get involved all the time because they're on the same radio. So anytime police need backup, they will come through. But anyway, man, I think man, it's tricky because it just depends on the law. But really, as far as I know, they can question you anywhere, man. It's just like these checkpoints. Like, why there shouldn't be checkpoints anywhere in the United States. I don't think. If they're here already, like if they catch you, that's different. But as far as having to drive through and I know we can't get away with it, but I love seeing when people get through those, but it's usually they're not our skin color, the ones that can actually not get attacked and beat up for standing for their rights,
There's two checkpoints right when you go over the border, like where your neck of the woods in SD, right? There's like one a couple miles from the border and then a couple more miles up.
There's a bunch, bro. There's San Isidro, there's Otay, there's Tecate, there's Rio Colorado, and then you can also go through CBX, which is the airport.
Risky. Let me ask you this, Jay, South Texas. When you hear that, when you hear incidents like that, you think it's just a couple bad apples doing this? Are they getting a bad rap, or todos a la chingada? They're all whatever. Or what do you think when you hear about that? They rough people up. They stop and frisk.
No, I wouldn't say that every encounter is that way, but I would say that the majority are.
The majority of them.
Yeah.
Is there a problem with stop and frisk? Do you think that takes away rights?
I mean, yeah. I mean, would you like to get stopped and frisked?
I mean, there was an incident in Florida where I believe there was a young man, and when he saw the officer, he just started wigging out, like he just all the way, like it was el cucuy. He wanted to get away, where they tased them and hogtied them and all that, and then in court it got thrown out because there was no probable cause. You remember that story about a year and a half ago? You remember that one, Southtown?
No, man.
It was some Guatemalan guy, and because the principle of the law is there needs to be probable cause, I said when I saw that incident, just wait till they go to court, and then the lawyers will bring out all that information and all the facts, and just like I called it, like a crystal ball, they threw the whole thing out. That whole thing out. Now, I want to go ahead and read. People didn't know. Let's go ahead and put some closure on at least that Bakersfield by reading issue with the raid last week, by reading the official statement. It's right here. And let me pull it up. Here it is. The official statement from the Border Patrol. Okay, U.S. Customs Border Patrol. Because she said in the video in the end, well, we got to wait for the statement to find out what's happening. I want to read it. And I want to ask each and every, what do you guys think about it? Facts or cap? So it says this: Bakersfield, California, federal immigration officials released a statement over its ongoing operations taking place at Kern County this week. A U.S. Customs and Border Protection spokesperson said Wednesday, I don't have the date, the U.S. Border Patrol conducted target enforcement arrest of individuals involved in smuggling. I think I'm going to highlight that. Here's what the official statement says the Border Patrol was doing so far from the border, but involved in, it says right here, involved in smuggling. Maybe I can make it bigger. Let's see. Involved in smuggling throughout our areas of operation as part of efforts to dismantle transnational criminal organizations. Okay, without reading the rest of it, that looks like the crooks, but we'll read a little bit more. Do you guys believe that it was a human trafficking operation, but then they went to the fields and got field workers and the gas stations and got people that looked like they had muddy boots and were field workers? Do you believe that at all? Let me ask Cholo Trucker first.
There's not enough there, Mikey, for me to say whether I believe it or I don't believe it. But if they were targeted for a reason. Like the lady said there, they came to that Chevron station right there. Now one can say like, well, they picked that one because a lot of those people go there. Okay, so but yeah, that's pretty far up, man. Whether I believe it or not, there's not enough there, man, for me to say I believe it or I don't believe it. I will say this though, I can definitely see them targeting them at that section for a reason. What that reason may be, I don't know. But yeah, I could. I'm not saying I believe it, but I could
It's because they're
say
Mexican, bro.
yeah, it could be true. Yes.
Jay, let us know.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, man, but look, me personally, I don't care to be politically correct, and I'm not gonna tippy toe or tap dance around nothing. What I see here is specifically gente mexicana being targeted, right? Because we're talking about Mexican people, raids Mexican people. We're not talking about Chinese raids, or we're not talking about any other kind of gentes being under raids, right? We're talking about Mexicanos. So that's what I see. So yeah, definitely they were targeted for being Mexicanos 100%.
So you don't think at all it could have been an investigation for trafficking, smuggling?
It could have been a number of things, but the people that got taken, what we're seeing is Mexican people in California, because there's also fields in Pennsylvania where I was just at, and I don't hear no raids happening over there, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's plenty of there's plenty of fields in Florida, and people working down there are Haitians and others, and we're not hearing about that either.
Yeah, but the question was asked: were they targeted because of an investigation of human trafficking?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
what I'm saying is that they were targeted for being Mexicano.
Okay, yes, definitely Mexicano, but that they were targeted due to human trafficking.
Human trafficking and human smuggling are two different things, man. That's what maybe you guys don't understand. Human trafficking, that's what P. Diddy is doing. You know, that's what the big wigs are doing. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, what about human smuggling? Because that's what the article said. Or human smuggling.
Yeah, well, human smuggling, they were putting that jacket on damn, now I hear myself. They're putting that jacket on one of the business owners that had his worker next to him, and because it was his business, they were saying that he was human smuggling. Mark Salinas, he's from down here, bro. You can't tell me that that's human smuggling to what we know that goes down here in South Texas, bro.
Yeah, no. I honestly think that this agency got together, decided they needed to make a move. Because I honestly think it's positioning, and they're gonna get together, make a plan, already have a reason as to why they're going over there. They're gonna call it human smuggling, and say that they went out there because of that reason, and it's a broad statement because anything just being smuggled through the border where you're illegal or whatever, they can blanket that broad statement out there. Hey man, you know what? We're investigating human smuggling, and all those illegals, they come over through the same organization that smuggles people. So we're just gonna it's an excuse. It's not a lie. It's an excuse. And it's a damn good excuse. And they get together and they plan this shit. This shit was probably planned months before. What's going to be the reason? We're going to go over here. We're going to get all these people out of this place. And let's throw that blanket statement, which can be true. Human smuggling, fuck it. It all comes through the border. They're smuggling. They're coming over illegal. It's part of a whole organization. So we throw that on it. We could just say we're investigating that. And they are, right? They are. They can get those people and say, hey, what cartel helped you come over? And it's a big blanket statement, and it's just an excuse to go get Mexicans out, right? Because those people aren't going to have that amnesty card that the other Latinos get. Mexicans don't get shit because we're not in contra of the United States. It's weird. All the countries that are in contra of the United States get to bring their people in here really badass illegally, and then they just seek asylum and they go to New York and start snatching purses and shit. Mexicans want to just come pick your fruit and have you eat good, and we can't come. I don't see what's the problem.
Again, I've got a comment right here. The comment said, from probation officer's perspective, it says 78 arrested. It says of the 78, want to get your guys' opinion. You guys could chime in as you want now at will. Of the 78 arrested, one was convicted for R-ing a niña. Another one had a warrant for S offense against a child. So probation officer is saying that there is some substance to that. It was a targeted kind of ring or investigation. Any thoughts?
It's like casting a net. Can we take
that to be true?
It's casting a net to catch two bad apples and screwing up 78 families.
I mean,
I mean,
look, we can't. Okay, but at the same time, we're saying that they're lying, and yet we don't know that they're lying. I'm not saying they're telling the truth. Okay, I'm saying I don't know if I to believe it or not. I could get in my feelings and say like, you know what? Let me tell you what they do. They make up this excuse and they use it, and they go and they take the Mexicanos down for no reason. They use it. Okay, maybe that's true. Maybe that's not. All right. But we just paint the picture that no, they're just doing that and they're lying. There was no smuggling going on. I don't know if there was or wasn't. Maybe there was smuggling going on. They targeted that specific area for a reason. It could just be that they target that area because they see them there. That could be true. The smuggling, I'm not throwing it off the window and saying it's completely not true. I don't know that is not true. And there are scumbag people that come here and do things like that person was leaving in the comment. Yeah, absolutely, of course,
for sure. My stance on that is for sure get the piece of shits out of here. You know, just like anybody else. Unfortunately, my gente, and I'm solely here to speak for my gente mexicana, right? Other people can speak for their gente, right? But unfortunately, my gente gets thrown under the little blue pills conversation, right? And it's like, whoa, wait a minute, it's two separate conversations. Like, first we're talking about like the consequence. Pretty much this is what I see: the consequences of kids deleting themselves with the little blue pills. The consequences of that is my gente mexicana has to go through those raids and get deported. That's what I'm saying. Because they'll use that. They'll use that to take the gente.
Okay. Let's go ahead and finish off this statement right here. So again, in pertaining to the incident that happened in Bakersfield last week, we're giving context, gente. Let's keep on reading. But this is the official statement that happened a couple of days after. The U.S. Border Patrol conducted targeted enforcement arrests of individuals involved in smuggling throughout our areas of operation as part of our efforts to dismantle transnational criminal organizations. Border Patrol agents have been seen in Bakersfield and surrounding areas this week in its ongoing operations. Agents have been seen stopping vehicles along Kern County highways and outside a gas station and market in Bakersfield. A witness told 17 News she saw agents apprehend multiple people and place them into the vans. Advocates are hosting forums this week to advise anyone stopped by immigration officials of their rights. There was a lot of folletos, a lot of information started circulating, gentlemen, on social media. Don't answer your doors. Don't do this. Don't say that. Ask for a lawyer. Any thoughts from you guys on that kind of information circulating out to the people, letting them know of what their rights are in this country?
I think it's a good thing. I think people should know their rights. I mean, you go through some of these checkpoints, there's a way to go around them. It's going to be a huge inconvenience, but I've done it. Even DUI stops.
Whoa.
You don't necessarily need to put your window down and start chopping it up with the hood. It can be an inconvenience, yes, and they're going to make it, an inconvenience for you. But at the end, I mean, if you know your rights, you don't have to do a lot of these things that are out there. Like I said, it will be an inconvenience. It's not just going to be like, oh, this person knows, right? All right, keep on, going down the road. Happy motoring. No, they're gonna make it pretty tough for you and pretty difficult. But the more people that do that, the more it's gonna be like, you know what? Let's just stop bothering it with it so much. But the more people that comply, then it's gonna keep on going. But going back to this whole smuggling thing, do we have proof that they're lying, that there was no smuggling going on? Because if we have no proof, we're calling them liars that they made this up. And I'm not saying they're telling the truth. If anything, I would like to see the evidence that they have. Okay, show the evidence that this was a smuggling operation. I'm not just willy-nilly just gonna say they're lying, they're making this up. Maybe they're not. So I don't know which one the truth is. If anything, show the evidence.
Big Joe
I don't think they need evidence, man. I mean, they're just investigating it, and they're going to go make arrests and start investigating. They're going to put a blanket statement out there saying, we're going to investigate this. We're investigating smuggling. Obviously, these people, it's a blanket. I'm not saying they're lying, man. They came up with the perfect plan. This is what we're going to investigate. And we can do what we want in this investigation. And we're doing this because of this investigation. So they're, harassing people, whatever you want to call it, because they're using that term. They're not calling them smugglers. They're investigating human smuggling, right? So to get to it, they got to start at the bottom. And then, hey, well, who brought you? And, but I think it's just out there to get rid of some people, man. I mean, it's the perfect... like it's the perfect thing. It's the perfect thing to put on it because you can't fight it. It's true. Wait, all these people we gotta investigate it.
Yeah, and it could be, Mark. And they could make up their own evidence, right? They could be dirty as can be, make up their own evidence, man, and all that stuff. But I mean, then what is it that we're going to believe or not believe? And it doesn't matter what we can believe or not believe. It's what Denzel Washington said in the Muay Training Day: is not what you know, is what you can prove, right? So if they're going to make up their own evidence, I mean, then there's no really leg to stand on. I mean, I'm just not going to say that it's not true, or that this is true, or that that's not true. I'm going to say, look, maybe there is smuggling going on. Maybe there isn't. Maybe they're dirty.
Definitely smuggling.
Well, the thing is that they know that they can pick them up. The thing is that they're illegal already. So they know they can pick them up. They don't need an excuse. They don't need any evidence. They're illegally. They're doing something illegal already. They just want to put a statement out there to not have to say, we're just going to get a bunch of Mexicans and deport them today. They're going to say, hey, well, we're going to investigate some human smuggling. We're going to target this place where a bunch of them go.
My thing is this, though, that this is why I don't buy that, Cholo, because look, I'm down here in South Texas, right? Like Marquez. And that's a big deal down here. Am I lying, Mark?
No, man. I mean, I see it's shit. We grew up here, man, in the 80s, 90s. Okay. It was got the Border Patrol. They're gacho, bro. You would rather go to the sweet
Okay.
shop sometimes.
Okay. So I say that to say that to start, let's just say right, to start a human smuggling operation, you're going to start at the checkpoint, right? You're going to start with the people that you're a trucker, right? I'm a trucker as well. You're going to start at the checkpoint. You're going to start at the maybe at the puente, I don't know, right? At the international borders. That's where you're going to start human smuggling investigation. You're not going to start that on a field where there's field workers. That it doesn't work like that, bro. I mean, just I'm just telling you what it is. So could their investigation have led them maybe to Bakersfield, maybe their stash houses or whatnot? I don't know, maybe. But on the fields, bro, that's that. Those are people that have already been here for years. Like the gentleman was saying, like, hey, those Mexicans have been my best customers for years. So is there smuggling? Of course, definitely. How else would those people have gotten here, right? But they didn't just get here yesterday, por decir. You know what I mean?
So would it be
So
more fair for them
Yeah,
to?
but
Would it be more fair if they were just to target, say, criminals, say, people on a list, or people in institutions that are finishing up sentences? Would it be more fair if they got targeted, the criminals, instead of people in the fields who are actually picking food that are gonna
pues sí,
come on
güey.
a plate?
Pues sí. Yeah. I mean, don't you want the smugglers? Like, isn't that
I'm throwing it out there,
isn't that?
cabrones. I'm throwing it out there. You know what I mean? What do you think about this? There was an influencer that said that she started a Migra app, and got all the farm workers to download it. And if there was ever any kind of raid or any kind of activity happening, boom, they hit the Migra app and vámonos. What are you guys' thoughts on that right there?
Hey, wait, can you guys hear me?
Absolutely,
Yes,
loud and
sir.
clear,
Okay.
big bro. Go ahead.
Spence on everything. I got a new computer. I don't know what's going on, but I want to say one thing. What you guys are talking about with immigration making these excuses about sweeps and all this and that, it's the same old story about when they used to pull us over and say, hey, what are you pulling us over for? Oh, we have a call about a Latino with a white shirt. I mean, they can say whatever they want. Like, we're investigating this, or we're looking for traffickers, we're looking for this and that. It's just an excuse to be able to check your papers and see who you are, and then in their hopes to catch you dirty or catch you illegal, to throw you back, and in the eyes of the law and the eyes of the people that want this, remember, doesn't matter if you're from Honduras, you're from Mexico. If you're brown, they look at you like we're all wetbacks, and that's straight up. That's the way they see you. Even when they see Chicanos, because a lot of Chicanos are born here in America, and but I mean, they're born in Mexico and they're brought over here as kids, and then next thing you know, they're getting thrown back over there to Mexico. And like I said, they don't care about anything but your brown skin, and then you're tagged until they're able to check your ID to see if you're illegal. So it's just excuses to be able to thin their herd and get rid of people.
It's
So
easy pickings.
are they targeting? You think they're targeting more raza than, say, Central Americans or Cubanos or Puerto Ricans, pretty much?
But they see all of us as the same. They
Yes.
see us. They're not saying, "Oh, let's pull over this Asian because he might be from illegally here from China or from Asia or whatever."
I was going to say, are they doing the same raids in Chinatown?
Yeah, man. I mean, the Mexicans don't have that asylum card that they can hold anywhere. If that's the thing, these other guys, they get asylum and it's badass, but for the Mexicans, it's tough, man.
Remember back in the day in the Zook suit era, they would get all the Mexicans, round them up, and put them on buses and send them back to Mexico. Even the ones that were born here, they were Americans. They just, if you were brown skin, you're on the bus and you're headed back to Mexico. And that's kind of like what it is right now. They don't care if you were born in America. They don't care if you were born in Honduras or whatever. If you have brown skin, ship them back. And you're like, wait, hold up. I'm born here. I'm American. Nah, they want to get rid of us. That's it. They want to thin their herd. And it's sad. It's sad because and then they talk about being criminals. Oh, they're criminals. They're raping. They're robbing. man, not all Mexicans are thieves, man. What is it? 1 out of 100 or 1 out of 1,000 is doing a crime. They make it seem like we're all criminals, like we're born just to come over here or to be here to rob and steal and cheat. And it's not like that, man. It's not like that, but they paint that picture that we're just bad people, that we're no good to society.
Hey,
and
Joe, sorry, Joe, why do they want to thin the herd?
They want to thin the herd because they don't want us here because our numbers are getting too big. It's all about population control. They want to be able to control us, keep us in our lane, keep us, because, man, I hate to say it, but white people want to control. That's why they came from Europe and they came over here and they took over the Americas from the Indians because they want to take. Do you hear Trump talking about he wants to he would like take over Canada, have Canada be a part of the U.S.? Think about it. He wants the Panama Canal back. They want. And I mean, come on now, like,
and
can't be like that.
And the facts are that if you can go back to the 1920s and the same shit has been going on. You go to 1920s with the gasoline baths that our gente mexicana suffered through at the El Paso border, right? Why were they? That was during the Braceros program when they would gather up the men and they would douse them in kerosene because they thought that the Mexican people were bringing in typhus, which was a disease that you would get through head lice. So come on, man. Like you can go to the those are facts. You can look that up. 1920s. You can go to the 1950s. Operation Wetback. You know what I mean? Like where it was specifically, and that's what's crazy because that's what Trump is modeling his new immigration plan after that. After I forget, somebody remind me who's the president that he's picking that up after?
You ain't got no evidence on that, cabrón. He's modeling it over Operation Wetback. No, that's what Joe was talking about, though. He was talking about Operation Wetback because the Great Depression came and the güeros were like, fuck, if we're starving for a piece of bologna, at the dinner table, we're throwing all the Mexicanos out of here también until half of them died in World War II. And then they needed our help to build the country again. Those are facts. I got P-Dog. P-Dog just joined right now, but he joined by audio and not by video. That way we can't see him. But P-Dog, what you got to say? I appreciate you. Gracias for joining the panel.
Can you hear me okay right now?
Loud and clear. I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You want to say something
right now? I'll respectfully jump in a minute or two. I'm just listening.
Okay. Then we'll keep it moving.
And Mikey, let me interrupt you, bro. And there is evidence for that. You can downplay it if you want, right? But I believe it was President Eisenhower. I believe, that he specifically said like he was a great man, and that the mass deportation that he's getting off is from that president from the 1950s during Operation Wetback. You know what I mean? So you can like I said, you can downplay it, bro. But I'm not letting you off the hook with that shit. He's because he's on record saying that was a great plan, and that's what he's modeling after. He's saying it. I'm not saying it. You know what I mean?
So let's talk about then what are the people's thoughts when it comes to mass deportations. Mass deportations. We don't know what the plan is. We don't know who's going first. We don't know the pecking order. But we do know there's been statements by the incoming president saying what hasn't been done is going to be done. What is anyone's thoughts on that, on what is coming? And also, what do you think? Do you think, the raza goes into fear mode and doesn't want to answer their doors? Is that a healthy thing? Do you think that's going to happen at all come Monday? Anyone can chime in.
That's going to be all bad because they're going to be victimized and not going to want to be able to call the cops.
Damn. Anyone else chime in? Mark, what are you doing over there, pinchy Mark?
No, man, there's a lot of people that are freaking crazy, man. No, I'm laughing, but there's a lot of people scared, man. There's chingos of people.
Hey, that's how it was before, man. Like the Born in LA movie.
Yeah, listen, I went to
Hallelujahs.
I went to and leave it to me, man, to put some boxing into it. I went to Vegas last week. I was talking to Cholo when I was there. I was at the Salas boxing gym, man. The Salas boxing gym is made up of puros Cubanos, Venezuelans, all kinds of different razas out there. Man, half of those guys are here, and I knew one boxer in particular. I don't even want to say his name because I'm scared they may deport the guy. But he's from Venezuela. Last year he spent a year in Tijuana, bro. He spent a year in Tijuana. His manager left him there. He had a fight with a WBC titleist in Mexico, and then something happened with his management. They left him there in Tijuana. He ended up jumping over to the States. He's living in Vegas, training at the Salas boxing gym. That guy's from Venezuela. He could have gone back to Venezuela, lived in Venezuela, and been in the weight division that he's in. You can travel to Japan and make millions. And he already had offers to be going to Japan and make millions. He would rather come here to the United States and face all this.
The American dream.
Yeah.
He came for the American dream.
And not be able to go to Japan because he's here illegally and fight at the minimum weights. It's not big in the United States, but in Japan, you can make money. But he's here. He's worried. He's got a championship signed to fight in Vegas, and it's in March, and he doesn't know if he's going to make it. This is what he's been working for his whole life, and every day, man, he has to wake up, go train for this fight that he thinks he may get deported for, and it's $1 million fight here.
I'll ask the panel. Is that
that's
is
scary.
that fair to him? Is that a good situation, a bad situation? Is that fair to that boxer? What do you guys think, man? He's here, but obviously he's looking over his shoulder now. What do you guys think about that? Is that fair to him?
Look, there's okay. There, well,
no piece of the action over here.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, no, Doug. And I was going to bring up another boxer, Perro Angulo. There's athletes. This happens, man. This happens. Like Mark and I, we cover boxing, man. I've worked with Mark at fights. Perro Angulo was another one that he couldn't get a fight because he was having problems with his legal status and all that stuff, and he was becoming a big. He actually fought Canelo Alvarez at one point.
What happened to Perro?
And it was after that he started facing immigration issues. So again, man, look, it sucks. Okay, it sucks. It's unfortunate, right? There's a law there, and when it gets enforced on you or a loved one, it's like, hey, why on me? Why not on somebody else?
Yeah.
But the law has to get enforced at some point, right? Now, if it were to get enforced on me, I'd be the one saying, oh man, why are you over here messing with me? But nonetheless, there's a law, and it's got to get enforced.
So
it's terrible, especially for that boxer right there. And like Mark said, in this country, those weight divisions, those minimum, under 112 pounds, they don't get a lot of action here in this country.
Yeah.
I'll jump into that, gentlemen, real quick, just to say that just what Cholo said right now, that like if it was affecting you, then you'd feel different about it. And me personally, my parents didn't come to this country illegally, right? But if one of your parents did come here to this country illegally, then they had the same struggle, and then you just lucked out. You know what I mean? But I believe that for you to feel that, hey, well, it's not affecting me, so no, you just lucked out. You know what I mean? But your parents did. You know what I mean?
Big Joe Castro, mass deportations, good thing or bad thing? Or go ahead.
No, the fact doesn't change, right? The fact is the law being enforced. That doesn't change. It's not about, oh, if it doesn't affect me, it doesn't affect me, so I don't care, right? It's the fact of the law being enforced. That's the part that doesn't change. That remains, solid. So whether one feels like, well, if it doesn't affect me, then it doesn't affect me. Look, case in point, when a celebrity when their mother gets breast cancer, now that celebrity is all about breast cancer. That celebrity now starts all kinds of marches and walks and wants to raise movement for breast cancer because now their mom suffers from breast cancer, right? Before the mom had breast cancer still existed. It was still affecting many other people. And when they brought it to that celebrity, that celebrity would say like, well, it sucks, it's unfortunate, it's sad. But when it affected their mom, now it's time to start, all these, 5K walks and marches, and let's raise money. And I got to get this message out to the people. But nonetheless, breast cancer was always there.
That's
Go ahead,
true.
chime in. Southtown SD before we get to Joe Castro. Mass deportations, good or bad? What you got to say?
Oh man, I see it like this, bro. I see it. If you made it here already, legal or no, not illegal, as long as you're not breaking the law, then that's fine. That's really the only way you should get pushed up on is if you're violating a law, then they can ask you your citizenship, your ID, and all that. Other than that, because really just the right to travel, if you haven't traveled the world and traveled to other countries, it's to me, I see it the same way everywhere else. Like if I go to Mexico, they shouldn't mess with me if I am violating any of their laws. They should leave me alone and let me travel freely, just like I should be able to do in any continent, in any country. Borders and boundaries are yeah, they're here and they're real, and we need to respect them. And as long as we respect them, I think that's how it should be. I just came from South Houston, and I didn't even run into raza. I ran into Chileans, Hondurans, Salvadorians. They're all the landscape workers are all South Americans now. Very few are raza, and you know what? Over there, I was gonna make. It was only because I didn't have a vehicle. I was gonna make $250 a day just to translate and just to drive, because the English speaking people there, they're not trying to learn Spanish. They want them to learn English. So if you can translate, it's money, But I literally just came from there 2 weeks ago from Houston, Texas, and that's how it is right there right now. There's a lot of work, but it's all South Americans, and they're not here legally, dog. I'll tell you that right now.
Damn it! Some of the backpackers that came in during the last couple of years.
Me personally, man, I would say this: if you pay taxes, you pay taxes, man. You're here. The ones that don't pay taxes, I don't know, maybe to deport them or something.
Dog. They do.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying right there. If you pay taxes,
well, how do you feel? Well, Cholo, how do you feel? How do you feel Americans that feel that they shouldn't pay taxes then?
For Americans that shouldn't pay taxes?
How do you feel about Americans that feel that they shouldn't pay taxes? That taxation is a foreign concept. How do you feel about that? But they're Americans.
They could feel however they want, man. We get taxed. Regardless how they feel, I mean, the taxation is there.
If you go to
Mexico, so whether they feel that they shouldn't pay taxes, but they still do pay taxes, that's the bottom line. They pay taxes, as do I. Heck, tax season is coming up. I don't get a return in the mail, man. I actually got to pay more. So, I mean, it doesn't matter to me how somebody feels. It matters to me what's being done. And if you're paying taxes, you're paying taxes. So if, to me, that's a little bit more important than anything else. Now, if you're a criminal, yeah, sure, of course, absolutely, go after them.
So Cholo, are you saying? Let me acknowledge Nino America that just stepped in the building right now. I appreciate you. Nino America is in the house, man. I appreciate you, Nino America. We're on mass deportations right now. Did I hear wrong, or did Cholo Truckers say not paying taxes is also a ticket out of the country?
All right.
That's
Here's the thing. When it comes with me, man. Okay?
Big Joe the floor, and we're gonna give Nino the floor. Go ahead.
Okay, look, man. Some of this stuff is some of the most, to me, racist stuff, man. It's like when it comes to a raza. Oh, we need them here, because then who's gonna pick the strawberries and the fruits out there? It's like, to me, Holmes, that's racist talk. It's like, we need raza here to do jobs that us spoiled, the rotten Americans wouldn't do. Do you like? I see that as degrading and racist. Like, hey, we need those people here so
That's
they
the
can
facts,
do the
though.
so they can do the jobs that are too good for us. Like that, to me, I'm like, look, pay taxes. That's what it's like, oh, if they're not here, then who's gonna do those jobs? Hey, homie, there's a lot of lazy ass Americans that aren't working, man. Get their asses up and go pay those. Go pick that fruit, Holmes. There's a lot of
That's
people. I know
wishful
people.
thinking.
It is
Bring
wishful
the
thinking.
conversation back to the topic
I'm
of
in solo trucker
immigration.
la la land right now by myself, but I'm saying, hey, for those, it's like, oh, we need them to come over here in a racist statement, underlined statement of they need to be here to do all the garbage jobs that we're not willing to do because we're too good for them. There's people that are not willing to work. I know some of these people. It's not that they are, some have struggles, yes, absolutely. But there's a big portion of Americans in all race, Chicanos, whites, everything, that just choose not to work to live off other tax-paying dollars, in welfare and so many other government of help. So it's like, oh, but we need raza come over here to do all these trashy jobs. No, you know what? How about you get those lazy asses up? They could go do those jobs. If not, hey, then I got no problem with them deporting them and keeping, anybody, and
There you
keeping
go. There you
any
go.
so-called illegal that actually pays taxes. If you're not putting into the pot, hey, homie, I don't think you shouldn't get a vote. That's my way when I run for dictator.
I want to give the floor over to Joe Castro, so we could wrap up the mass deportations and then acknowledge Nino America and give him the floor for
If I
a moment or two. Joe,
can you hear me?
last thoughts. So I can hear you loud and clear. And then we got
Testing.
the podcast is also on audio. P Dog is also on audio. So we got some people on audio that can hear, can talk.
I'll leave a little something in there.
There's no video feed going on over there. Joe, mass deportations, good or bad?
Mass deportations is it's bad. The reason I'm saying that, as a human being, it's bad to be separating families, like go and just uproot a father, a mother. And I know they're illegal, but you know what? At the end of the day, they're doing the work that, like Cholo said, lazy Americans don't want to do. You know what I mean? Like, and honestly, I'm gonna sound like maybe like a broken record or something, but whether you're white, you're black, you're Chicano, you're Asian, whatever it is, a lot of people feel like they're above picking strawberries, or they're above working in picking fruits and vegetables, doing that kind of manual labor, and from not having an education or whatever it is, they feel like they're not going to go backwards and do that kind of work. You know what I mean? They even feel that way about working at McDonald's or working at a grocery store. They're like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Oh my God, that's embarrassing, And
how do you know that? How do you know that, bro?
Because I talk to a lot of people.
So every person, every American, they have the same mindset. Every person thinks the same.
Yeah, nobody.
Well, there's no Americans on the fields, though. Down here in South Texas, bro.
How do you know? How do you know that? How do you know that?
You know that.
Because
how do you know?
I have family in Texas that work out there in the fields. I have family that work up here.
There's no Americans in the field. Okay, let me get this right. There's no Americans in the field at all.
Yeah, there's no Americans out there except for the ranchers.
That's more than a week.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
You got $1,000 on that?
Yeah, and you know what? I'll tell you this much, Doc. Like,
you got $1,000.
I'll bet you tell me how many Americans out there. How many Americans are out there?
I don't know. You tell me. You say you know it all. You're the one that's saying
what I'm saying.
You're the one that's saying that there's no Americans out there at all. That's hard to believe. Think about it.
And I'm not going to say that I'm out here saying, oh, well, there's 3 in Colorado in this particular field.
You just said there's no. You just said there's 0 Americans.
Yeah, I said there's 0 Americans. Yeah, I did say it.
Oh man, can I tap in? Hey, Cisa Puede podcast. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Can I tap in real quick? What's going on, my brothers? I want to tap.
Interviewing illegals. Si se puede interviewing illegals. Man, y'all need to come to West Texas and see
Hey, man. Hey, don't let this man trigger you guys. Hey, OG, don't let this man trigger you, man. Hey, let me tell you one thing.
Children in West Texas, come look at
Don't
these.
let this man trigger you, man. Don't let him trigger you. Look, I'm a Trumper. I'm a Trumper, dog. I'm a Trumper.
Fuck Trump. Fuck Trump.
At the end of the day,
Fuck
how come when they talk about deportation and mass deportation, why they always talk about raza? Why they always talk about the brown people?
Who's they?
How come they're not saying that they're going to deport?
Who is they? The
Asians?
Democrats? Who are you talking about? Who's they? Clarify. Who is they?
Trump.
The Republicans.
That's who. I'm talking to Trump, dog. I'm talking to everybody else that thinks and looks like me. All right.
How come?
Can you hear my voice?
What I'm trying to say is that they talk about.
Hey, brother Joe, OG Joe, we respect you, dog. Do not get triggered by this man. He has a passionate heart, and I understand he comes a little bit different. Brother Nino Brown is something else, and we got to understand that everybody. This is America, bro. This is America. Nino Brown stands for the American flag. You know, the American flag defends all rights. You know what I'm saying?
Nino Brown.
Nino America. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you. Let me get something off my chest.
I got a question real quick. With all due respect to my boy Mikey, are we in Mexico or America? Do y'all? What country do y'all?
Don't get triggered, guys. Don't get triggered. Don't get triggered. Don't get triggered. Hey,
you don't got to give me an intro, bro. You don't got to speak for me. I'm a grown man. Let me ask y'all a question.
Don't get triggered, y'all.
What state do you live in, Nino?
We're in America. I'm an American. But the way the people see us is we're all wetbacks. Nino Brown right there. You're brown. You got brown skin. They look.
Nah. Hey. Trump is gonna clean house. Trump is gonna clean house, bro. Trump is gonna clean house. And it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. We have an identity crisis, right? We have an identity crisis where we think that we're the ones that are illegal.
You understand, Mikey? There's too many people talking over each other.
Hey, we're not illegal, bro. Us Chicanos, like Cesar Chavez said, bro, us Chicanos are not illegals, homie. This has been a battle from the beginning in California. Texas got their own rules, and we got our own rules. Joe, you and OG, man.
What's the rules?
Please don't yell at our OGs out here, dog. These are well-respected men. I know you're passionate, homie. I know you're passionate, but look, I'm a Trumper, and what needs to happen is gonna happen. I know it needs to happen. We are not the enemy. We are no illegals right here, dog. Ain't nobody illegal right here, homie. Ain't nobody. And it needs to happen. It needs to happen. It needs to happen.
It don't matter if you're an OG,
all right. So for the podcast, let's give Nino America the floor. That way he can complete a point. And then we'll get back because I want to talk about the border czar. I also want to talk about the new border czar and something he said that's a little bit controversial. Big Joe, let's just give Nino America about a minute as we gave everyone when it came in. Go ahead.
Can you give me my 30 seconds to finish?
Yes, go ahead.
What I was going to say is that I'm an American. I was born here. I'm like fourth generation from here. So 100%. I don't even know anybody from Mexico, but I know I have a heart, and if they're deporting people back to Africa, back to China, back to whatever other country, I would have a heart for those people and say, man, how are you going to uproot these fathers and mothers from their children because the children were born here? Or how are you going to disrupt families of work that these people are doing, whether they're computer technology people or whether they're picking fruit or whatever they're doing, whatever type of work, selling cars, whatever their professions they're doing. It's kind of cruel and inhumane because this country was founded on people coming from all different countries coming here to make a life, whether it was Italy or whatever. So for me, it's about the human being, about being a human and maybe doing, instead of a mass deportation, of course, I believe like get everybody that has felonies or like rapists and all that stuff, send them back to their countries 100% on that. But the hardworking man that never committed a crime, that's just here to work hard and support his family and raise them and do the right thing, it's kind of cruel in my eyes.
Brother Joe, the reality is that the cartel's working with like terrorists, bro, and we're not the enemies. The people are not the enemies.
Shut your mouth up, bro. You don't know what you're talking about, bro. Respectfully, bro.
Hey, real talk.
Hold on. Because I can't let you get on here and just say lies, bro. You know what I mean? I'm down in South Texas, and I can tell you that the cartels are not working with terrorist
Some of them possibly.
Yeah, they are. What the hell is this fool talking about?
Let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest, bro. They own the tunnels and they're endangering our country, dog. They're endangering our country.
Terrorists fly in, bro, and you know
No, they don't fly
Come
in,
on,
dog.
bro.
They don't fly in, bro. This is happening. We're in a position of national threat.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that they come through the tunnels, you know, and obviously I want to keep this country safe. We live.
It has nothing to do with the farm workers or the people that look brown or us attacking each other and trying to trigger each other. The reality is there is a national threat, bro. There is. And you might not think that money doesn't change people. You know what 50 million, 20 billion, millions and billions look like? It's going to allow people to do things that they don't care about this country, dog. And we're here. And I understand the Mexico thing and the American thing and we're all trying to like wave a flag, a Christian flag, an American flag, a mega flag, a brown flag, a whatever flag. But the reality is that this is our country, dog. This is our country,
This
dog.
is what's crazy. This is what's crazy. This is what's crazy to me. Hearing a Bible thumping, Jesus loving, not respecting, or not honoring the golden commandment of loving thy neighbor as you love thyself.
Bro, heaven got gates. Heaven got gates,
on
dog.
Judgment Day, heaven
got gates, bro. I love my hey, bro.
On Judgment Day, what God is gonna tell you, depart from me, for I do not know you.
It's okay. I understand, dog. I understand. Look.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
I understand, bro.
Let me finish.
I hear you. I hear you, bro. You got every right. You're probably telling the truth right now. You're probably telling the truth right now.
I'm not done.
Well, finish that point because I want to give Nino America the floor and then continue on.
On Judgment Day, God is going to tell you, depart from me, for I do not know you. Because a faith without works is dead.
Liar.
So how is the Jesus? That's your Bible. That's your Bible.
Are you a Christian?
I'm sorry for hurting you.
Are you a Christian? Hey, Mesco, you a Christian?
No, I'm not.
Then how are you gonna use the Bible? How are you gonna use my word against me?
It's okay. This country, you could worship that. It's okay, bro. It's okay. You can worship that in this country. In this country, dog, you can worship any God. Any God. That's the beautiful thing about this country.
Go to hell,
this country is a free country, dog. And the reality is that we don't have no control on what's gonna happen. It's gonna go down.
For I do not know you is what you're gonna hear.
Hey, it's gonna go down in the whole country, dog.
This fat fraud over here ain't even a Christian, and that's not even what being a Christian is about. Loving your neighbor to get into heaven.
So you got your own.
So let's go ahead and we're going to give Nino America the floor. That way we can continue on.
Nino, what's up, Nino?
Point of order. Let's go ahead. Nino America, you got 1 minute.
You'd be the house Negro. That's what you'd be. You'd be the house Negro.
Shut up, fat
You'd be the house Negro.
Nah, let's do better than that, guys. Let's do better than that.
Nino America, Nino America.
Let's do better than that, guys.
And
we're influential, man.
Can I talk?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Nino.
Okay, first of all,
no, you can't.
Fat Mesco up there is lying. That's not what the Bible says to be a Christian. To get born again, to go into heaven is only one requirement, to believe the gospel. So this fat liar up there is lying, and I rebuke him in the name of Jesus Christ. And he ain't even a Christian to tell me a damn thing. How about that? Now, the first thing I want to say is this. How many American citizens is too many that an illegal alien has to kill? How many, y'all? How many? It's too many. Hello? How many?
Do you remember Vanessa Guillen? Do you remember Vanessa Guillen?
Let's bring it up.
Let him finish. Let's let him finish, cabron. Let him finish.
Fat Mesco, shut up.
Remember Vanessa Guillen?
All right, we got Jocelyn Nongare.
American
right here.
Soldiers have to die.
Man, shut up, Mesco. Shut
Hey,
your
this
fat
thing
ass
is a moderator because this fool Nino Brown's acting.
All right, go ahead and let him talk. Let him talk, Risky. Let him talk.
Emotional,
Hey,
hostile.
this is my
ad hominem for logic.
He can kick me off.
Like,
Can I talk?
You guys.
sassy.
Go ahead.
Jocelyn Nongare, or however you say her last name.
Vanessa Guillen. Vanessa Guillen.
Go ahead.
Can I talk?
No, you can't.
decorum.
And I got $1,000 that you won't get in the ring with me on CCSOF. How about that?
Let him talk. Let him talk.
I got a ring in FAR.
53.
I got a ring in FAR, Texas.
Ruby Garcia, 25. Hey, I don't swallow.
Riley.
I do something else. That's all you got to
On
know.
and on. Right, we get it. Believe me.
Put your money where your mouth is, homie.
That'll be your last mistake in your life. Christopher Gadd, 27, killed by an illegal alien. Y'all see it?
Right? That's what
Hey, man, it's true.
Travis Wolf, 12, killed by an illegal alien, a little boy. Okay, these are, you're gonna Google these guys. This guy got killed in my city, and we protested. Alex Wise Jr., a little black boy, 10 years old. This illegal was in my country for five times. He was deported, and he killed him, hit and run in the south side of Midland in my neighborhood right here. This young kid.
Where you come from? What are you talking about?
Anybody that commits crime should go to jail and be deported.
Okay, Elizabeth Medina, 16, killed by an illegal. Another one. Okay. Jeremy Pooh Saceres, 2, little baby boy, killed by an illegal.
So we kill our own people every day. What's the point?
Yeah, let's talk about that kill.
Point. It don't matter, really, to be honest. This whole show, with respect to Mike, I'm glad he's trying to bring it out, but it don't matter because Trump on Tuesday, he just announced it. He's sending 200 ICE agents to Chicago, and they're going to do raids in Chicago. So y'all can cry on here all you want, and you could put Mexico first. If you love Mexico, go live over there. How about that? But it's coming to an end.
Jesus, go to Jerusalem. How about that? It's coming. Jesus, go to Jerusalem.
I don't support Christ rejectors. I don't support Christ rejectors.
Trump is going to set it off, bro.
Monday, when Trump takes office, Tom Homan is not playing games. And Tuesday, he's sending 200 ICE agents to Chicago. And this is just the beginning. This has already been reported. So you could cry on here all you want. Y'all can say that the ICE.
When you get in the ring, that's the question. That's the question.
All right, so I want to bring something up because you brought up Tom Homan, you know America. Tom Homan, the borders are that's coming up, you guys. He made a very controversial statement, and I want to ask all of you guys what your opinion is on this very controversial statement. They asked Tom Homan, are you going to be separating families? He said no, and he said, well, Tom Homan, the new borders are is going to start on Tuesday. Well, how are you going to avoid separating families? He said, well, we're just going to deport them all. I want to see what you guys think about that statement. Is that good? Is that bad? Is that fair, or is it not?
Can I share a story? I know you guys got a lot of energy,
what being separated from your real family should know, like, right?
Hey, I got a story. Right? I got a story that could meet the topic, man. Like, look, I know you guys have friends that have been murdered or unalived or whatever, but have you ever had a family member killed by the cartel? I have. Okay. And
I have, yes, an uncle.
Okay, so when they called my dad and said, go to this place and go look for his body in 10,000 bodies, right? My dad was like, I can't do that. So Mexico is a different level, man. Even though we got humble people, there's a lot of things happening over there, man. And I'm not saying that what's happening is correct, and I understand your Mexican flag, bro, how you feel. I'm not in your religion, bro. This is America, bro. This is a place where you could worship anybody, bro. I'm not gonna go against you. I want to hear what you got to say. I'm not here to like disagree with you. This is America. If you want to be gay, lesbian, transsexual, Christian, American, whatever, dude, this is that country, dog. This is that country. And if you are American proud, you have to understand that that's what this flag stands for. Freedom. Freedom, bro. Freedom.
Okay.
It doesn't stand for nothing else.
Okay, but let me ask this then. For the few of us here on the panel, how many have served?
On the street or in the Navy or in the military?
In the military. How many have served from here in the military?
No hands.
Crickets. How many will send their children to be enlisted? Crickets.
I would.
I would. I want my son to go to the Air Force.
See the world.
I would. Yeah, I would. I tried to get into the military. My felony kept me out, and yeah, the military was definitely a big option for my sons, and I would have zero issue with them going to serve.
Cholo Trucker, what do you think about that statement, though? Deport them all. That's how they're going to stop families from being separated. Deport the whole
That's a
family.
broad statement, man.
Well, look, okay, I would say this, right? I would say this: if they're gonna deport me, I would say, yeah, I take my family with me.
I work for the Defense
If
Department.
they're gonna
I work for the
deport,
government,
if they're
bro.
gonna
Like,
deport, okay, hang on, man, we can't talk over each other, man. Okay, look, if they're gonna deport me, unless there's something more stable here. But then again, I mean, am I going to come back to the country or not? Because if I'm not coming back to the country, then I'd have my family come with me, unless they're in a position where they're going to be stable and there's going to be much better opportunities with their stability. But if I was the breadwinner and they they're going to struggle extremely without me, then I would say, you know what, let's go make life somewhere else. Hey man, a man stands on his 2 feet, man. You make ends meet in whatever bad position you're in, and it's on you. It's on you to take care of of your family, not the government, not anything like that, man. You as a man, it's your job. You had a family, it's yours and yours alone, not any government, not anybody else. You as a man, you pave your way and you are in charge of your family. You don't need a leader. You're the leader. So you lead the way. So again, if they are stable here without me and my kids can go to college and all that good stuff, and I could see that already, all right, cool. I could send help if I can. But if I know that you guys are going to completely fall apart without me here, then we all go.
Anyone else got a comment on deport the whole family? It's good.
I do.
That's ignorant. That's ignorant.
It's good. If you're here in my country illegally, you broke the law, you're a criminal. There's an actual code in regards to that. You broke the law. I say build the wall, deport them all, even abuelita, from the smallest child to the grandma to the chihuahua. If you're here in my country illegally, you broke the law and you're a criminal and you got to go. Like Tom Homan said, grab them all and send them back. And it don't matter if they're brown, black, green, purple, orange, whatever, they all got to go. You're in my country, you got to go. If you don't like that, at night, open all your windows and let anybody come in your house and stay there and eat all your food in the fridge forever. Unless you do that, then you can't do nothing against this. I say build the wall, deport them all, even abuelita. That's my statement.
100.
And that's basically what it comes down to.
Not everybody's my neighbor. Not everybody's my neighbor. That's not biblical.
We're scared of the government. We're scared of the immigrants, but the government is also to be scared of, bro. Like, there's so many angles of enemies. You know what I'm saying?
So,
yeah, it's funny. You know what? It's a trip because everybody has their opinion. Everybody has their thoughts, right? But Nino right here, man, he sounds like Charleston White, man.
Hey, that's my homeboy.
He's a troll. He's a troll. He's a troll. He's a troll.
I ain't no troll.
Brown people.
He got a strong voice, man. I know we disagree. He got a strong voice.
You're a fucking troll.
It's a little wild, though.
You're a fucking troll. You're a fucking troll.
I'm a troll.
You're a fucking troll.
Let's go over. Y'all live in America and y'all want to defend the country that did shit for you. Mexico ain't done nothing for none of y'all, and y'all here defending Mexico and illegals like they're the only people getting deported. Many people are going to get deported.
Many people are going to get deported.
Straight many people. Weenie. That's what you need to do.
But we're seeing people we're seeing Mexican Americans being targeted out there. So yes, the idea is that many people will be. See, you show your stance, bro, with comments like that. Good. Or even earlier in the chat, I read your comment. You said
that's P-Dog.
Something to the effect of when someone else mentioned that the Bakersfield agents were laughing as accounted by a witness. You said there's no crime in that, and you're basically like,
there's no crime and no proof.
You're romanticizing something that's ugly.
Bro,
you're making your arguments, but you're also showing the intention behind your words. You're showing the character of your
He has that right, bro. He has that right.
That's expected.
That's expected.
This is America, bro. He has that right.
Yeah, it's called free speech.
That's expected from somebody that their parents didn't like as a child or didn't want. Those are the consequences right there. When your parents don't want you as a child, you grow up to be
Tribalism ends when you pledge allegiance to the flag, bro. For real.
Any
It's
last
America,
comments
dog.
on any last comments on the new borders are coming in on Tuesday? We're trying to just put as much information as we can out there to the
When you
people.
grow up not knowing who your real parents are, that's what happens to you.
Man,
You
let
grow that
Mikey
hate
talk,
in
bro.
your
Have
heart.
some respect.
You grow. Oh, now you want to let them talk. Oh, okay.
I'm not even
Hey,
listening
no,
to you,
Okay.
homeboy. I ain't even listening to you no
Okay.
more. You're not on my
Okay.
level. I'm not even listening to you no more.
Okay.
Gnarly Vato's in the casa. I appreciate you, man. Let's give Gnarly Vato 30 seconds to acknowledge the
Your
people.
heart
And what do you
becomes
got to say
black.
about the new borders are, Gnarly Vato? Deport them all, the whole family. Good thing, bad thing.
Build the wall, deport them all.
Let's
You know what I'm
go.
saying? We're here to try to stop that fentanyl. We're not here to
Yeah,
please
the fentanyl
everybody.
killed
We're
my
not here
friend's
to
son.
compassion. Our compassion got burned during the fire. Look at all that compassion got you. Got your house burned. Look at all these people running. They're homeless now. All because what? Because we want to give money, feel bad for the next man. Hey, you need to get out there and work and get and eat, homie, and stop living off the system.
But
Go
check
drink
this
a
out.
40 and croak
Let
somewhere, bro. That's
me
what you
say
need to go
something
do.
real
Go
quick.
drink your last 40. Go drink your
Yeah.
last 40 ounce and croak somewhere.
Yeah, my last 40. I haven't drank it in
Wow.
4 years, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
You should
check
stop
this out.
drinking. You should get sober. Put a plug in the jug.
Yeah.
Mass deportations. Come on, let's stay on subject, guys.
Hey,
Mass
but
deportations. Thoughts.
what do you think about? Yeah, so check this out. So where I live,
Fuck
right
anybody
before I
that don't like
left
this
to
flag.
Houston,
Fuck anybody.
Trump
there
2025.
was a bus.
Hey, I had
There
a
was a
family
bus.
member that was an illegal dog, and Trump came into office, and I'm not gonna lie, they never got a ticket in their life, paid their taxes, and they went back to Mexico, dog. And I think did the right thing. They did it before it was like you know, by force. You know, there's people that got homes in Mexico, but I mean,
What do you mean they went back voluntarily?
Bro, but
they
they
went
were
home, man.
leaving
They said, you
people
know
by the
what,
busload,
we're
dog.
gone, bro. We're gone. Like this is gonna get ugly, and
Hey, Brett, I like to meet people where they're at, bro. And notice how
they went
notice
home,
how the
bro.
energy
They went
shift.
home to
Notice
Jalisco.
how the energy shifted when this troll came in. That's all I'm doing.
No,
I
that's
know how
right.
to be
They did.
respectful.
They did.
I know how to be
Let's be
respectful,
able to put
but I
up
like
with
to
each
meet
other,
people where
bro.
they're at.
Let's be
And
able
I
to
meet
put up with each
trolls
other, my
where they're
brother.
trolls.
Let's
Hey,
be able to
Mikey.
put up with each other, bro.
Yeah,
No
go
matter
ahead,
what,
Shane.
we're a
To
community.
have a
We
real
need
conversation,
Texas.
we can. But if you want
We
to
need
troll, we'll
Texas, bro.
troll.
We need
I can hear you
California
guys.
is not a ball hog.
I
We
got the
need
master
Texas.
board.
That's a problem. A lot of raza, fool. They're emotional.
Hey,
They're so
check it
emotional,
out.
they risk their lives.
Go ahead.
You know you're emotional, bro.
Hey, you know what's a trip though? Right there where I live, bro. And you can look up. There's several videos that people upload, but I seen it with my own eyes. And I even called my brother, who's a BP officer. Even though I shared that story earlier, that's just one story. I'm not saying that we don't need rules and laws and nothing like that, but check this out, bro. I seen
Get
literally
that
where
ring, sucker.
they were unloading. The bus was unloading immigrants from all nationalities, but a lot of them were Asian and Chaldean and Somalian right
Yeah,
there
yeah.
right there in South San Diego. And I called my brother. I go, bro, is this really what I'm seeing? And he goes, yeah, bro. He said they're doing it before Trump took over. They're unloading them on the United States side. So these are people that are getting here, I don't know, by ships, or I don't know how they're getting here, but they release them in the US. So in
It's
San
an app.
Diego, they're all over, dog. They're all over San Diego. And like I
The
said, I saw it with my
CBP
own
app.
eyes. So
So is a lot
it's
of the
not
raza
even
getting a bad rap because the estimated 11 to 15 million that came in the last 4 years are less than 10% Mexican? You think the raza's getting maybe
exactly,
Yes,
bad
yes.
look?
I don't know
exactly,
anybody that just came into the country, bro. I don't. I don't.
exactly. Nah,
I'm saying
I
that
can
on a
tell
Trump
you.
level. Like I'm a Trumper, dog. Like I don't know somebody that just came over here. You know, like who are these people? What's going on? Like the government's bringing these people in and sabotaging everything. Like we're immigrant. Like hey, like I understand. I'm not gonna get mad because if you get mad, then you don't pledge allegiance to the flag. You know, like you got to let people talk. It's okay if you want to worship the devil, the Virgin Mary, or Christianity. If you want to have 7 wives, whatever you want to do, dog. In America, you could do that. If you
Or
pledge
Caesar
allegiance to the flag,
Borgia. You want to, if
I
that's your
think if you
guy, Caesar
commit a crime,
Borgia.
I'm
that's
telling you,
it.
America is free, dog. America is a free country, dog.
Hey, I just want to say real quick, everybody talks about the illegals getting deported, right? But why don't we talk about why have they been here so long, and why don't they get their paperwork in order? Why is it when Trump comes in, or when
Now
they
you're
start,
talking.
It's not an easy process, man.
Let's talk. Yeah, let's talk.
But, okay, but how do you get to skip the line and jump in front of people that were here, that did it the right way and paid the money and spent the time to do it correctly? How is that right?
Exactly.
They get to jump the line in front of everybody else, and they're here, and you're saying it takes time. Of course, then why don't they go wait over there on the other side of the border where we can vet them and make sure they're correct citizens to come into this great country? To be in this country is a blessing. That's why I get pissed off when people want to sit here and just let every Tom, Dick, and Harry just stay here like it's a free-for-all. It's not. There's rules and regulations on every country. If a country don't have borders, what kind of country is that? It's a piss poor country, in my opinion. So like I said, how come these people, they don't get their paperwork? They only cry whenever the camera's on them, they're getting deported, or they're throwing their food away supposedly when they're getting deported. How come they have to wait that long in order to do anything? 30, 40 years, they don't even learn to speak English. How come it takes them so long to do so? Why don't they get their paperwork in order and do it the right way? We are for legal immigration, not illegal immigration. There's a big difference. So why
the corruption in the government allows them to collect all those taxes for free, bro? Nobody collects those. It's an income that somebody gets, man. And I'm not saying it's okay, but somebody gets all those taxes, you know? And it's billions. It's billions of dollars. It's billions of dollars, bro.
Go ahead, Cholo Trucker.
Hey, yeah, you know what, man? Something that Nino said right there. It's definitely a blessing to be in this country, and I feel blessed for it every day. Once upon a time, I didn't, right? But no, I know the blessing it is to be in this country. And you know, the real answer, man, is not letting people come into this country. The real answer is for their country to be better. So maybe there should be more push for countries like Mexico to have much more opportunity. Not, hey, let's allow everybody to come in here because there's no opportunity in their country. Well, why not? Why is there no opportunity there? Why isn't President Claudia and more pressure on that?
What I'm about to say, but I think
America first, man.
Why should we worry about other countries? We should be worrying about our people in our country. I don't care about Mexico. I don't care about Israel. I don't care about Ukraine, Russia. I care about the United States of America. Why should we care for other countries? There's no obligation there. Mexico didn't do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? Why should I care?
You're a fucking dumbass. You're a fucking dumbass for saying that. Hold on, fellas.
Wait. No, he was talking to me, Holmes. He was talking to me. He was talking to me specifically, big dog. He was talking to me specifically.
It's okay, man. Let's talk. Let's talk, guys.
Nino, I didn't say let's worry about Mexico. I said that's the answer. I didn't say let's focus on. I said that's the answer for those countries to get it together. All right. If I ran a country and my people in my country were fleeing to another country for a better life, dog, I would feel like I'm doing a sorry ass job. I'd be like, dog, my people are risking their lives to leave their own country where they speak their own language with their family and everything. They are fleeing this country, risking their lives to go to another country. A country that I run is so piss poor bad that they're fleeing with their families, risking their lives to go to another country. Yet I am gonna point at the other country and say, "Oh, how dare you deport my people that fled my country that I run with their own people to your country? You're the bad guy." No, really, I'm the bad guy. How is it that I'm running a country where my people that by the way, my country is mainly my people. It's not so diverse like it is here in the United States.
Yeah,
for the opportunity going somewhere else. So I'm not saying we need to worry about Mexico. I'm saying that's the answer.
And then let me jump in there real quick.
18 minutes left. Go ahead.
Let me jump in there real quick.
Mexico doesn't like all these other people coming from South America into Mexico. So if Mexico can deport Americans, why can't we deport illegals?
Yeah, okay. Let
me jump in there real quick.
That is very true, right there. That is very true. If you are Central American, you try to go into Mexico illegally, that's all bad for you right there too.
Let me jump into to what Nino said, that Mexico has done nothing for this country. And you're wrong, bro. And that's an ignorant statement. And that shows how much you really don't know. And that shows how much you really don't know. Because in the 1920s,
I don't give a damn about Mexico. I don't give a damn about
Mute him, Mikey. Mute him so I can get this off, bro.
Go ahead. You got 30 seconds. Dale, gas.
Because in the 1920s, when America didn't have a workforce, then it was okay to bring in Mexicans to be the workforce. So for you to say that Mexico has done nothing for you, that's ignorant, bro. Because in the 1920s, when America didn't have people, that Mexicans were okay then, right?
No.
Oh, but okay, but at the same time, look, but what does that do for immigration though? So does that mean that it should just take in immigrants? I mean, what the United States does for
just to say but just to say that Mexico has done nothing for this
Mexico
country,
ain't done nothing. I told you,
Okay.
Mexico
Mexico done something.
Okay.
It's killed a bunch of people, killed a bunch of our people.
Yeah.
And taking all of our jobs, dude.
Yeah.
Says an alcoholic. Says an alcoholic.
It's okay, but
Yeah.
it's okay. You can say that. It's all
What
good.
are you? What's your addiction? Food?
Come on.
Don't let it get you mad, guys.
What's your addiction?
Work.
Anger?
That's
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Truck driving. Truck driving.
Hey, while you're truck driving,
You got 17 minutes.
Podcast.
17
We'll get a
minutes.
higher IQ.
That's
Stop
a
being
typical
so
liberal.
emotional.
When a liberal losing an
I
argument,
want to say one thing. I want to say one thing.
things.
I want to say I love my brown people. I love all people, but I have a special attachment to all brown people, whether they're from Honduras, Mexico, whatever it is, because I know they get looked at the same way I get looked at by a certain category of people. So I have love for them, a special place in my heart for whether they're illegal or they're legal, whatever it is. I have love for them just like I do for whites, blacks, Asians. But man, you gotta have a heart for people, because if you don't have a heart, then man, you need to reflect back on yourself and figure out what you're all about.
Who looks at you? Who's these people that look at you a wrong way?
I would
White
say
people.
It's an identity complex.
White people.
We're mixing immigration with like culturism.
I'm asking this gentleman, who's the people that look at him and don't like him, I guess, by his looks? Who is it? I'm interested. Who is it?
I get judged a lot by white people.
How do you know that?
Because I know I've been confronted.
What the fuck?
I've been confronted by a few, but if you don't have the sense of being able to have somebody look at you a certain way and you can't recognize that, then you need to go back into getting like more like street knowledge.
Okay, I got a question. Okay, have you ever been in a gang?
Yeah.
Okay, were you gang banging against white people or Mexican people?
Both.
Okay, but primarily, who are your rivals?
Yeah, anybody and everybody.
I was gang banging against brown people, homie. We banged on each other more than anything else. I understand this whole thing about, hey man, you know what? I get looked at this way, I get looked at that way, I get judged this way, this way. You know what? I don't care. I'm not telling anybody not to care personally. How anybody looks at me or judges me or whatever anybody says in the chat about me, I don't care, Holmes. I'm a man. I stand on my own 2 feet, dog. I plow my own path. That is it. I am proud to be an American. I'm proud to be in this country. It's a blessing. And for me personally, not for anybody else, but it's a shame. You know, my family is from Mexico. I'm first generation born here.
Yeah,
I understand now. I now understand. Once upon a time, what I didn't understand. Once upon a time, I didn't understand this, but I understand it now. It is on me to carve out the American dream for myself. That's the reason why my family came here. Not for me to be out there running around like a jackass, like a wild animal, homie, causing desmadre, homes. And that's the thing. You know, that's a message that, you know, whenever I have my personal Zoom talks with youngsters and everything, is what I tell them, because there's just a lot of complaining, and as much as people complain about this country, then shouldn't you just want to be deported then? If it's so bad to live here, shouldn't you just
lived in Colombia,
Mexicans aren't
I
love the country. I love the country. It's like comparing it to some utopia that's supposed to be perfect. No, it's gonna be ugly. It's life. It's the world. But on a global scale, good gosh, man, there's a place where I want to live.
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick, guys? Please, can I have a few seconds? Okay, look. Okay, let me flip the script real quick. Thank you for all of us being civil with our disagreements. But okay, look, the American Mexican immigrant that comes here illegally, sometimes is a great worker, right? I know people that are building 3-story homes, 2-story homes. In Mexico, you don't have the same type of worker, bro. So Mexico is actually gaining some great employees from America, dog, and it's insane. Yeah, go back home. Go back home. It is what it is. I understand it. We all. The law is the law, but we're losing. We're losing. We're losing some muscle, dog. Some, there's a lot of bad people in the world. There is, dog. Get them out of here. Get the people from the island and all these government officials out of here. Also like that on that level, but like government wise and the government is as controversial as immigration, dog. It's almost as equal as bad, you know. And I believe in the American flag and Trump. I believe in crypto. I believe in Jesus. I believe in all that. I believe in if you say something and you get me mad, Nino America could rub a lot of people the wrong way, but let's give him a chance, guys. He has a voice. It's okay. The guy in the middle right there with the Mexican flag, hey bro, it's cool, man. It's cool, brother. Like that's why we are in America. Like
I
let's
just,
have.
I just don't like Nino, and I want that motherfucker to get in the ring and put $1,000 up.
That's because you're emotional, fool. You need to stop it
Hey,
already.
No, that's because I put my money
ask
where
you
my
guys
mouth
the
is.
last question before we go.
that fight wouldn't do anything for immigration, man. So
Yeah, it would. So let me ask you this. That way we can start wrapping up some certain comments because we do got about 11 minutes left. If you had a magic wand, each one individually, what would you do? What would be your approach then? I'll start with Jay, South Texas. What would be your approach then to solve the immigration problem or to fix the system? What would you do?
Yeah, like I said in the beginning, I'm just here to speak for my gente. So by proximity, right, and by just this being Mexico in the past, what I suggest is give the Mexican people the ability to work in the United States, like a dual citizenship type shit, to where they want to come work, they can come work and then go back. You don't have to give them any type of services. Yeah, tax them. They'll pay taxes. For my people, that's what I say. Give them the dual citizenship so that they can work here.
That's fair.
And reside if they choose to.
Well, let's move on to the next. Cholo Trucker, you got the floor. Un minuto, hermano. If you had the magic wand or you were in control of the immigration system, what would you do?
if you don't pay taxes, you get deported. Where? To some island, or we just put you on a raft and kick you out to sea. You pay tax. That's all. Personally, that's all I really care about. Illegal, legal, whatever. Are you contributing? Are you contributing? There's, man, Holmes, I grew up around a lot of, people that were born here that have never worked. They're not looking for work. They're living off government paycheck. Deport them. I personally, if you're not contributing to the country,
that's
kick sticks. Kick sticks.
Hung on those taxes right there. Nino America, you got the floor right now. What is Nino America's perfect immigration system?
It's exactly what's fixing to happen on Monday.
Big
Trump, Theo Trump coming in on Monday. He's not playing games. He's sending the agents out to go raid all these illegal sanctuary city hubs. I think the mayor should be arrested for aiding and abetting illegal aliens. And I think the fair thing to do is simply, you're here in my country legally. I don't care what color you are. You got to go, Holmes. Black, brown, white, purple, Chinese, whatever you are. If you're here, you need to be deported ASAP. And actually, it's going to happen. And in my area, we're tired of the Venezuelans and Cubans that are out here. They just found a chop shop out here in the oil field. Bunch of Cubans. They're doing nasty things to little babies because they bring that third world mindset over here. So we're out here reporting.
Cubans don't get deported.
Hey, let me talk.
Cubans aren't illegals.
We're out here.
Get your facts right. Cubans aren't illegal.
We're out here in the community, keeping an eye on the community, reporting people to ICE. Again, I'm in Midland, Texas. I'm a pillar in my community, and I stand up against wickedness, evil, and anything that's unlawful. So again, my whole deal with the immigration is to deport every single person that's here illegally. They have to go, and thank God Trump was elected.
Big Joe Castro, you got the floor. If you had the magic wand, carnal, what would Joe do as far as immigration is concerned? I'm going to answer in the very, very end, you guys, and we're trying to wrap up in 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'll do it quick. If I had the magic wand, I would deport everybody illegal from all countries, not just brown, but everybody.
Amen.
Felony or violent crime, that's not contributing to society, I would deport them right away. Anybody else that's just a hard worker that's been here for years that contributes to the system, I would do like some kind of fast track citizenship for them, or dual citizenship, maybe like work permits type thing if I had the magic wand. But definitely people that are like thieves or violent crimes, any of that, shoot them back to their country.
Okay. Mark Salinas, you got the floor. 1 minute. What's Mark's government look like?
Check this out, Cholo. Let me break this down. Check this out, Cholo. Listen, man. I would handle it like the Acorn program back in 2004, man. You're a real estate guy. Do you remember the Acorn program?
No.
I would handle it exactly like that, man. I'm a little older than you, man. So back in 2004, 2003, we had something called the Acorn program where you could sell a home to an illegal. That program is totally gone. But what we could do is find these illegals who are working, but somehow they found the ability to get a tax identification number, an ITIN number. If they were working that ITIN number and paying their taxes with that ITIN number, but still living here illegally, which they did a lot back then, like they were able to ask for this ITIN number and basically apply for a mortgage as an illegal. And based on that ITIN number, we could backtrack taxes. And they had a fake social or somebody else's at the beginning. Then they turned it into an ITIN. And for 2 years, if they did that, we went ahead and let them buy a home. So if you can identify the people, like Cholo said, the hardworking illegals, and like Joe Castro said, big fan, Joe, that, you know, the guys that you find that, you know, if I had the magic wand, I'd find the guys that are contributing with that ITIN number. As long as they've been paying taxes for 2 years, give them citizenship. That was great back in the real estate days of the early 2004s. The Acorn program worked a lot, helped a lot of illegals get into homes, and I helped a lot of people do that, Cholo, just so you know.
I'm still waiting for my home, Mark. I'm still waiting for my home. That's it.
All right, you guys.
By the way, Cholo is an ex-Texan, man. Cholo.
He's an ex-Texan.
We want you to come back to Texas.
Oil fields. Gnarly Vato, what would you do?
Well, I'm not against nobody, bro, but illegal. You know what I mean? Ever since I got sober, I used to have a criminal mindset, and now I don't think like a criminal no more, you know? And as long as it's like you could get away with it so long until you get caught, you know, you got to pay your fines. But I look at my family right here, dude, they picked in the fields, you know? They marched with Chavez. That's a picture of Cesar Chavez going to Porterville. And I'm the dream, fool, what they dreamed about. You know what I'm saying? I own a house. And I was a criminal, bro. And, you know, yeah, we all got a dream, but, like, I'm working with guys that are taking my craft. I've been doing this shit like 20 years, and they're here trying to come and take, you know what I'm saying, my trade over. And they're trying to
on you. You should work harder.
Hey, Big Mouth, let me talk, homie. They're trying to weed me
Shame
out.
on you. You should work harder.
And I don't know how. Oh, shit, I run circles around them. They have a 5th grade education, and they're trying to run some can't even read plans. It's like, bro, get out the way. Let me read it.
But they're
trying to tell me.
Well, he got the floor, Risky. He got the floor. Go
but
ahead.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking nobody. You get caught, you get caught. You're here illegal, you're illegal, bro. You got to handle that. You know what I mean? We're a country of laws, especially drugs. No one likes to admit the fentanyl. Come on, homie. Talk about the drug. Where does it come from? Canada? No, it comes from
China.
Mexico.
From China.
You don't know that. You know.
All right, Gnarly Vato. I appreciate you, cabron. P-Dog, he's chimed in a couple times. P-Dog, if you had the magic wand, what's your approach to immigration, P-Dog?
Well, you know what? I can't really say so much specifically on immigration, but I will say that I think the central issue is not illegal immigration itself, but the racial profiling of Mexican American residents that are already deep inside the country, like myself, like you guys as well. And that, as we can see, as example, the ones in Bakersfield. I'll point out Joe Arpaio, former Maricopa County Sheriff of Arizona. He was convicted.
Oh yeah.
And he disobeyed a federal order to stop unconstitutional practices of targeting Latinos, racially profiling and unlawfully detaining Latino drivers and the passengers. during traffic stops and immigration enforcement efforts. Way back like in 2010, 11, a federal judge issued an order for him to stop that shit. But he kept on doing it. The order was to stop those practices. And they were, most importantly, they were deemed unconstitutional. So I think that this angle here, what I just mentioned, in my opinion, is the best angle of an organized counter to support good people that are getting targeted, like the ones in Bakersfield that we just started seeing, to protecting these people not committing crimes other than the act of simply existing on American soil. And that's it.
Si Se Puede podcast. I appreciate you, Pete Dog. You got the floor. Give me a minute, and then I'll wrap it up, guys. What you think?
What's going on, my brothers? First of all, I want to say we got 3 days. Trump is coming in, baby boy. He's going to set it off. He's going to clean house. He's going to bring the crypto market, the financial market. This is Christopher Columbus. He's about to get, he's going to expand the map.
He sure is. Okay. He sure is.
But the truth is this. Look, Risky, everybody on the panel, especially Joe, thank you guys for being here. But I tell you the truth. If you want to worship the Santa Muerte, if you want to worship Jesus, Muhammad.
Don't preach to me, bro. Don't preach to me.
No. If you want to worship, if you want to be gay or whatever, dog.
No, you don't got to.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Look, I'm going to tell you like this. But if you don't want to pledge allegiance to the American flag, you got to go, homie.
Yeah.
You got to go. Hey, anybody that does not pledge allegiance to the American flag, respectfully, I feel like that. My family, my family is my wife and my kids. We have to look for our future. We have to move forward, and we have to understand that we have to border our country. The cartels are working with terrorists, bro. Respectfully, man.
What a message you're sending to the Native Americans.
Bro,
Wow,
I'm not worried about. I can't eat all those problems, bro. The reality is our problems,
interesting.
Brother. Our problems are, look. I respect.
The Native Americans don't pledge allegiance to that flag, and they were here first.
Let me say his final statement.
Now he's shifting the blame.
Let me say his final statement. Go ahead, Si Se Puede.
Thank you so much for allowing me to hear me out. And a lot of you guys make me mad, but let's give each other a chance, man. Like, it's okay, man. Like, it's not a fighting level. Like, we're 40 and up, bro. Like,
I want to fight. I don't give a damn.
Our brains are needed in this time. Our passion is needed in this time. Our information is needed. If we don't agree, it's okay. But this is America, dog. This is the United States of America. It's changing into a new world. And if you don't respect it, the people that are not going to be here are going to wish they were going to be here. This is going to be a great nation. Trump is coming.
Yeah.
Trump is coming, baby boy. Trump is coming. He's gonna do it. I believe it. Respect to everybody. Thank you for letting me voice my opinion. Si se puede.
That's right, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up by giving the final statements. But before I do that, I just want to acknowledge all of you guys that tapped in. Nino America, Joe Castro, Cholo Truckers in the Casa, Jay, South Texas, man. I appreciate your time. P Dog, of course, Si Se Puede podcast. Si Se Pudo. You're still Si Se Puede, cabrón. You know what I mean? Mark Salinas, PYP Boxing, Southtown SD, man. I appreciate you guys. Last comment of the night. First off, thank you guys just for chiming in, man. This is a country where everyone has a voice. We don't take anyone's voice here, no matter what the voice is. We don't take anyone. I invited dozens and dozens and dozens of people, man, and they all have different voices. But this is just to show that this pinchy channel right here, we host all viewpoints. We don't cut anyone off. We ain't gonna block. We ain't gonna mute. It is freedom of speech here. So now let me say my part. If I had the magic wand, first thing I think I would do is I would have to close that border. I didn't hear anyone say about closing the border. What I mean by closing the border is use the port of entries and somehow come up with a system that they have to screen people, but in an efficient way, in a fast way, not sticking them here, not so the compounds get so full with people that they have to let people out the back door. People don't talk about that. That's been happening for the last couple of years. They've been letting people out the back door because it got too crowded. It's too crowded. Some kind of system. Now, people might get mad when I say close the border, but think about it like this, man. If you close that border, less women get assaulted. If you close
Your
that
parents
border,
wouldn't be here if the border was closed, though, Mikey. Come on, bro.
children
Your
would
parents
not
wouldn't
be
have kids here if
put
the border was closed.
with
Talk about
different
the panty tree.
unaccompanied minors wouldn't be coming in vans. I have a cousin. He caught 2 bullets, three heavy full metal jacket bullets at the border, and he's telling me these stories. So I'm not giving you some made up shit here. If we closed it, come up with a system. Now, as far as DACA is concerned, I would just give amnesty to DACA because DACA recipients at least are registered. They at least have put into the tax system. Most of the DACA recipients are I-10, and I would get that people to get the DACA recipients to sleep easy at night and just grant amnesty. What are you going to do? Now, the people that aren't here, again, the last 11 to 15 million that came in the last 4 years, because the country used to average 200,000 to 300,000, okay, crossing at the port of entries. But of course, the what's not a port of entry gets more. People crossing over it in droves, men with backpacks from other countries. Again, they would have to get them.
How many
out.
miles? How many miles of wall has been built on the north border? Though that's the question. How many miles
go to the institutions,
of border wall
go to the detention centers, and do what you got to do with people inside the detention centers. I mean, it's pretty much people that are saying fuck being here. I mean, they're R-ing women, they're assaulting women. Again, I'm not even talking about the raza. If you think I'm talking about the raza, then you missed my whole point. Rewind the last minute or two. So that's what I would do. Get DACA amnesty and start an efficient, fast system. All this money that the country is sending in pallets to other countries, we can use that money to help the border, to help immigration, to help veterans, and on and on and on. And that's what I think should happen. If someone wants
the homeless,
well, then they would homeless, exactly. Then they would apply to come across. People might not agree. You had Risky business. I feel like giving Risky 30 more seconds because me andaba aventando chingazos. You got the last one before we end this, man. What, Risky?
Yeah, no, just like I was saying, if the border was closed when your parents were here, then you wouldn't be living the American dream. That's one. 2, how many miles of border wall have been built on the northern border?
Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay, cabron. No, I appreciate. I want to give you the floor, cabron, and you're a regular guest, so you'll be coming on. You guys, I appreciate your time again. The Immigration Town Hall. We heard all different opinions and all different voices. What people would do to fix the immigration system, and go back and watch the replay. I appreciate you, Jay, Southtown, Texas, in the casa. That's right, my boy. Cholo Trucker, Nino America, respectfully. OG, Big Castro, Chicano, Hollywood. Joe Castro's in the building. PYP Boxing, Gnarly Vato, P-Dog, and Si Se Puede podcast. We're out, gentlemen. I appreciate
Send Nino America a contract. That's what I want to know. Send Nino America a contract.
Remember what I always say, mi beautiful linda raza. Gracias to all the panel.
No, you felt that.
Remember what I always say, beautiful linda raza. In the end, all you got is the memory. Si se puede. Que viva la raza.
I do not know you.
And we're out.
They gnarly.